Hello friends and neighbors. As some of you know, some of you may not know, the glare's kind of getting in my eyes here. If you follow my Facebook page, I slipped on some ice Friday, first ice of the season, and fell, and my left leg went back in under me, and I overextended my knee, and now I'm waiting on going to see an orthopedic doctor to see exactly what and all happened to it. But that is the update, and right now I'm out here working on a knife sheath. Me and Polly got this knife at a yard sale. It's a handmade kitchen knife. It didn't have any markings on it. Somebody may have ground away, but it's got really good steel in it, and I'm going to use it as a hunting knife. But I'm working on a sheath here for it. I've already got the layout, and it'll be just kind of a crude sheath that I make for it. But since how I'm kind of laid up here, my foot propped up, I figured it was a good time to get it done. It's been sitting in there just stuck in some cardboard for a while. I think what do we give for this, $1, 50 cents? I think we give 50 cents for it at a yard sale. I'm always on the lookout for these knives, and this one here's got a good handle on it. It's sharp. It used to be a lot bigger, I'm sure. Somebody's really sharpened it. It's old. I'm gonna make this sheath, and I'll kind of show some of it to you as I go. It's kind of hard for me to film this and do it at the same time, but I get it to a certain point, I'll show you some more of it. This needle has seen better days. I'm sure I bent it like this for a purpose. I'm not sure what. I'm gonna see if I can't straighten it out a little bit and make my sewing a little bit better. I've really bent it up, looks like. And the thread I'm gonna use is, dropped the whole thing. It's like a baseball stitching. We've got several types of thread. Some of them are really old. I've got a roll of thread in there that my dad bought at a clearance auction, it was a factory dispersal. I don't know if any of you people in Middle Tennessee remember the Texas Boot Company, but we bought back then. I had brown. I think my dad still has some of the spool of brown and some black, but this one here we bought for a project, and I think it'll work good on this one. So I've got the point of my scabbard made, and I only use one thread. It's pretty thick because I'll have to go back once I'm done, but I've got my layout for my knife. I'm using this. It's a stitch pattern, and you don't have to have a great lot of room to put it in there. Over the years I've bent it, but it's always worked. I've had it for a lot of years. You can tell as I've rounded off the end of it. It used to be just straight, but I've stitched a lot of saddles and stitched a lot of things together with it. And I start laying out my pattern to see how it's going to come together. And then once I get my end fashioned, then I look at how I'm going to make the belt loop and how I'm going to attach that, and how the knife's going to fit. So I've got that kind of laid over there, and then I can take and lay my knife in here. And I believe it's going to stitch up just fine. Now what I'll do, once I get a little bit farther along and get my pattern cut out for my belt loop, I'll actually glue this paper in there, and that'll be my sheath protector, so my scabbard doesn't get cut. This will go all the way down in the tip as far as I can get it. So now I've got my outline made, and this will bend around. Once I stitch this down through here, it may twist on me a little bit, which is quite common. It may not be the prettiest thing once I get done, but it will hold the knife and it will be able to hold on the belt. If I had a little bit better leather, it wouldn't have. It's got thin and thick. It's just pieces of bellies. But the way I've got this laid, the leather was kind of that way, but it also, when you put it on your belt loop, the knife's going to be straight. I have a hard time with knives riding into my side. This one here is going to lay a little different. I can wear it on my right side and it's going to kick it back, and I can reach and grab the handle. So I'm going to continue my stitching pattern from here down, get it down in here somewhere, and then I'll put the stitching pattern in for this and put the brad on there. It'll all come together. Here we go. Sometimes you have to open these holes up just to see where they're at. And when I get to the top, I'll go back and retrace it, and it'll be one solid stitch. This is how the scabbard's coming along. I'm gonna glue this paper in here now, and it's just to keep my leather from getting cut, for it not to poke out the end. Makes it a little bit tighter. So what I got here, I got some E6000. You can get it at most craft stores. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna put this E6000 on here. I can get it to come out of the tube. And it'll make this paper harden up. There we go. Take this here and kind of spread it out on here. slide it in here as deep as possible. This is the almost finished product. Right there on the ends where the threads come through, I put some glue in there so it wouldn't come apart. It's sewed all the way around through there, and I'm gonna put a rivet right through here. I have the rivet right here. This rivet, these are just copper rivets. Show it to you here. It's just a copper rivet. The little washer goes on it, and you beat it down, cut it off. And this is the last one that I have that is this size. So here we go. The little copper rivet washer goes on there, just like that. And what I'll do is I'll use a pair of these pliers, and I will clamp it on there, drive it down with a hammer, cut it off, and then brad it over just like this one here. So now I have the little washer drove down on there. So that's going to look. There we have it. It's all braided over. It's not as clean as this one. Neither one of them's real clean. I don't have a vise. I just use a hammer, and then I beat it down. May beat it down a little bit more, but it's pretty flat there. And knife goes in the scabbard. There it is. One hand's kind of hard. There it is. Me and Anna oiled it up. But there she is, all finished up and oiled. Not my best one, but will work, and it's tight enough that knife has a hard time coming out, which is nice. Got it all finished. We'll see where this old need takes me. I'll be bringing you updates on it. Until then, I might be doing projects like this. I've got a couple more knives to each scabbards. Well, thank y'all for stopping by. Remember to like, subscribe, hit the old bell button there. Till next time, we'll see you down the road.